everyone, and welcome back to Mambo Ranch. Thank you for joining us today. So the title of this video is about our $500 chicken egg. And for anybody who has started their venture with chickens, they will know what I'm talking about. So come along with me today as I explain why our first egg cost $500. Hey chickens! Do you guys want to come outside? Chickens! Chickens! Hi, goaties. Hi. Everyone, so I just wanted to go over how much it costs roughly for us to start our chicken ownership journey. So first off, we got these chicks they were a week old, and they were they were a week old when we got them, so they were 75% off when we got them. So originally they're like $11 a piece, like per chick. And because nobody was buying them because they were already a week old, they were like, I think like $2 something each. So we paid like, I think $12 for 8 chickens, with tax in and everything. And then we also had to get the chick feeders, the chick food. We had to get electrolytes for their water so they didn't get sick. We had to get their heat lamp set up and everything inside for the first month that they were with us. And yeah, so we had to, I mean, to start off, it was probably around $100 to $150. And I think it was, the only reason why I think it was on the higher end is because we had to get a few different feeders because the chicks were not doing well with the feeder we originally bought. So yeah, so we started off, it was pretty cheap considering. We already have this amazing chicken coop that is on our property from the last owners. Yeah, really? Yeah. So because we already had the chicken coop, we didn't have to set up the chicken coop or anything like that, because we already had the fencing and the insulated chicken coop. So that was perfect. As you can see, it is all snow right now, but they are about 5 and a bit feet tall in the fencing. And they got a good sized area. So this is where the goats used to be when they were babies. And then we moved them into their big pasture last summer. But this chicken coop is absolutely incredible. We have 7 chickens. We lost 1. So we have 7 total. And so we didn't really have to pay for anything like a chicken coop or the fencing for them or anything like that. So you're stuck. Crazy. So this usually doesn't happen, but we had a terrible winter storm and we had a lot of snow come in. We don't know how because we have it blocked off. So we have wood dividers that are blocking off that area, so I don't know how the snow actually got in because we have the vents closed up right now because we had that little hole open for a little bit of air to come through. But I guess where the air comes through, the snow does too. So we actually have been struggling with this, but we'll get that all sorted so they have... Yeah, she just jumped on my head. Please don't poop on me. This has never happened. I have never had a chicken jump on my head before in my life. This is pretty wild. Do you like my head? Please don't poop on me. Okay? I wish I had that egg. Here, do you want to go onto your... Can I go on there? What do I do? Oh. Well, that was funny. That was really funny. Okay, back to what I was saying. So, we didn't have to buy the coop or anything like that. So that was a huge cost saver right there. In the winter, we have had to have heated water buckets. So that has probably for their heated area in like heat lamp in the summer when we first got them as chicks to now when we have to have their water heated, it's probably costed us, I would say, about $100 in power for the whole 8 months that we've had the chickens. She was gonna jump on my head again. Don't do it. So we have paid roughly $300 in 8 months for chicken food. 7 chickens is not a lot of chickens. They do not go through a lot of food. They just started laying eggs in December, so it is end of January now, and they don't do it consistently yet. So that is the only kicker here, is that they do not do it as consistently as I thought that they would right now, as being 8 months in. So we have 7 chickens. I get probably 4 eggs a day right now, which is pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that because it is winter. So they usually don't lay in the winter as much because they don't have as much sunlight. So they need around, I think it's like 12 to 14 hours of sunlight in order for their body to know to create eggs and stuff like that. So it makes sense that they're not laying as consistently right now or anything. So right now I do expect them to lay more consistently as summer goes. So we are getting all different kinds of eggs, but we ran into a problem of them eating them. So they are all stored outside, and the reason why I have them in this bin is because most of them are cracked. So because they're cracked, you're not supposed to eat them when they crack. So this egg right here is one of the first eggs that I could eat because it hasn't frozen. And I have read that you can eat them even though they freeze and stuff like that, but I haven't tried that. So that's why this egg has cost us about $500, because between the feed, their heating bills, their shavings, and their water, and keeping them warm, and buying them and their supplies and everything, for all the startup in the last 8 months, it's been about $500. So with that being said, that is why this egg costs $500. And I mean, that's not very expensive considering we already had our coop, because a lot of people have to spend about $500 alone on a little coop for their chickens. So we're very lucky, and we hope to add a little bit more variety of birds this spring. So I want to add a couple of silkies just because I think they're really cute. And I wanted to add a few guinea fowl because we do get a lot of like ticks and stuff around here. Not a lot, but enough that I want to make sure that the horses and goats don't get ticks all the time this summer because they'll be in the pasture. And that'll be the first year that they're in the pasture in the spring. And I'm hoping that if we get a few guineas that they will help keep that tick population down, putting our animals at less of a risk of all the complications that the ticks will bring. So I'm trying to lure out the chickens right now outside because they don't come outside often. But right now it is absolutely gorgeous. There's absolutely no wind. So I'm trying to lure them out. It has taken them a long time to get used to me, which is something that I did not think of going into chickens, because I see reels all the time, I see videos all the time, pictures of people with chickens sitting on them or them cuddling with their chickens and them saying how much they love them and chicks too, but as baby chicks they were terrified of me, and I would sit with them every day for at least an hour or two, just with my hand in there, not to mention all the cleaning and everything I had to do with them as well, because they're very messy as baby chicks. But I had to do a lot of socialization with them, and I still could barely touch them without them squawking and screaming and running away. So, but as they're 8 months old now, and that black one just jumped on my head for the first time. And the other day, about a week ago, you'll see in my last video, one of the Rhode Island Reds, the red one, jumped on my arm for the first time. So they're getting more and more brave. The more I'm around them, the older they get, they're getting more confident, which is really good to see. So, I mean, if your chickens aren't as confident as you thought that they might be, it's going to take time. And they're going to realize that you're food and that you're a friend over time. And, you know, some chickens are just going to take longer to be friendly than other chickens will. So right now I'm just trying to lure them outside so that they get some sun and can kind of move around a bit and get out of their coop and air it out a bit. I want to try and get all that snow out there today too. So it'd be nice if they weren't stuck in there while I'm shoveling. But yeah, no, raising chickens has been a very rewarding experience. It's been a learning curve. We had one chick from the get-go that had pasty butt, which means that they have like blocked vents, and their butt literally pastes shut with poop. So it's not pleasant, and she still struggles with that. So I've had to learn how to give chickens baths. I've had to learn how to mitigate certain issues with them and keep them warm. I was very worried about keeping them warm this winter, but even in minus 35, they did very well because of their insulated coop. So their insulated coop, even on the coldest of days, was only minus 15. So that is not too bad at all, but that is also why I'm not getting consistent eggs as well, because it's cold. So they need to use their energy to keep warm, right? And that's totally fine by me. That doesn't affect my thinking of the chickens or anything like that. But this is so cool that you can harvest something like this, like such an everyday item from an animal that lives on your hobby farm or homestead. That is just unreal to me. I grew up in the city, and this is just so cool. I am like so excited to try baking and stuff like that, and I'm actually thinking of having some chicks. So we'll see if we get a rooster at some point and have some baby chicks running around, because I think that would be really fun. I'm not a huge egg eater. I don't eat eggs like by themselves. So a lot of the eggs, if we get 7 a day every day in the summer and spring, I'll be, giving away to family or baking with them, or baking them and giving them to the dogs, and also back to the chickens. So the chickens will eat their own eggs as well. So I just wanted to hop on here and just give a little video on why this egg costs $500 and if I think it's worth it. And I think beyond worth it, because I'm not just getting one egg. I am going to be getting 7 a day minimum, because if we get more chickens, we're going to get more. So one thing I didn't realize getting into chickens was how long they take to start laying eggs, because everybody gets chickens in the spring, but then they don't lay until they're like 6+ months old, so they're not getting chickens for so I guess the point is they get meat chickens, I guess, in the summer, because they call them in the fall. But anyway, so yeah, that's my little chicken spiel, and these are my little chickens. Sadly, we lost one a few weeks ago. It was an accident. She got caught in a hay feeder, and she either broke her neck or she suffocated. We're not really sure, but you know, where I've actually seen a saying going around that if you're going to have livestock, you're going to have dead stock. And I've definitely experienced that in the last year because of rabbits and now chickens. So I hope that's it for me for a year. I don't want to see any of these guys go. They've been really fun to have around, and they're just so cool and very peaceful to watch. If you're looking for an animal that takes very minimal care and also gives you a hobby and gives you peace, these animals are just they're just something magical to watch. They're very, very cool to watch, very fun to watch. I love watching these guys. They're so neat to watch scratch around and peck at the ground and find bugs, and when they find bugs, they're so excited. And yeah, so I'm just really enjoying this experience. I'm really enjoying this experience, and it's just there's nothing better than reaping the benefits of your hard work and everything that you've put into something on your farm. Yeah? You think so? You making a mess? Yeah? Are you making a mess? Stay tuned for all the other chicken adventures and videos coming up real soon. We'll have some coming up because it's getting nice out. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please consider subscribing so I can continue making this kind of video for everybody and showing everybody what's going on here at Mamba Ranch. So without further ado, we will catch you on the next one.